I just want to ask you first. We know President-elect Trump likes to speak to crowds. He loves his rallies. How is he feeling about this change? Is he happy with it? Knowing it's going to be a more intimate setting.
Well, of course, we'd like to have it outside, but when you have this Arctic blast that's coming in and temperatures as low as 11 degrees, and that might be actually on the high end of things, you have to take safety into consideration. And that's the most important thing. You're going to have so many people who are going to be outside at that frigid of weather. It's just, quite frankly, not safe for people to be out there for hours on end. So the president will go inside to the Capitol Rotunda, where he'll be sworn in, and then he's going to, take some immediate action to make good on some of the campaign trail promises, and then eventually make his way over to the Capital One Arena, where we'll have essentially the parade will be indoors. And I just received a briefing on it. It's going to be very, very cool. I do have to say that if you are coming to the Capital One Arena on Monday, get there early. Every single seat in the house will be taken, but they have some really special things planned for everyone who's able to come inside and join for that part of the program.
And you mentioned those executive orders, the business he wants to get down to. And I want you to help us put a little meat on the bones in terms of what Americans can expect on Monday. I know a lot of that will be centered around immigration. Help us understand what people should expect from the president-elect on Monday.
So there are going to be a number of things, both immediately after he's sworn in and then later on during the day. I think you're also going to see some additional announcements when the president gets to Capital One Arena and then ultimately is back at the White House. But one of the big focuses right away is, of course, going to be on immigration and putting President Trump's border security policies that he had during his first 4 years back into place. And so everything that goes into securing the border, the remain in Mexico, make sure that we stop the catch and release policies that were put in under Joe Biden. So that will be a big component of it. But you're also going to see some very important things that go to the deregulation efforts to make sure we can get our energy production up. Of course, that was one of the first things that caused the spike with regard to inflation, both the decrease in energy production along with the increase in spending under the Joe Biden. So you're going to see the president do that. And also, too, he's going to make good on his campaign promise to get rid of some of the wokeism that unfortunately has infected much of the federal government over the past 4 years and get everything back to a meritocracy, get it back to focused on people doing their jobs, not worrying about all the social nonsense, try to depoliticize aspects of the federal government and really start serving and being responsible to the American people.
And so I want to go back to immigration, just going back through some of these buckets. In terms of those executive orders on immigration, we have reporting that indicate there will be mass deportation raids in some cities. That I know Tom Homan has said he wants to take the handcuffs off of ICE and give them broader ability to institute what some of the president-elect would like to do. What does that look like practically in some of these cities? What does the infrastructure around that look like?
Yeah, so some of that I can speak to, but obviously some of that I don't want to get ahead of Tom Homan and the rest of the administration for exactly how they're going to do that. But when you go back to the campaign trail, what President Trump would talk about is that local law enforcement really knows where the criminal illegals are. And so partnering up with local law enforcement to make sure that we go and target the folks who are the really bad actors. We're talking the transnational gang members. We're talking the people that we know that are criminal illegals that are here in this country that, quite frankly, are a danger to society. We've had so many horrific stories over the past 4 years to focus really right there. And another thing that reminds many of the viewers, there are already 1.3 million people who are in this country illegally that are already approved for deportation. But for various reasons, they haven't been sent back either to the country that they came from or if they were going to be sent to a third country. But these people are already processed and approved to be deported, but it hasn't been done yet. So those will be, I think, a couple of the areas of the main focus. But like the president said, we got to get the criminal illegals out of this country. The country's become way too dangerous.
And so that's who we should expect to see being really targeted at this first round. Criminals, people who've already been approved for deportation.
Yeah, I think that's right. But it's also important to make sure that people who might be thinking about entering the United States illegally know that this is not a place where you're going to be welcomed with open arms. We have a legal process for entering our country. If you want to come into the United States, you have to follow the rules. And if you think that you're going to just show up and, well, they'll catch and release and let me go on my own recognizance and then never show back up again, those days are over. We're going to have a secure border. We're actually going to enforce these border policies that were so successful under President Trump. And we have to get these dangerous criminals not only off our streets, but out of the country.
And you all are going to need other countries to cooperate with you or to help you out to take these people back. Are you talking to them? What makes you confident that they will work with you?
Well, I know the folks who are going to be running that, they're coming into the administration, have had those conversations, and those are moving. And again, since the president is not actually sworn in until Monday, I don't want to get ahead of them. But obviously, that'll be an important part of this, is making sure that these countries do take these folks back who've entered the United States illegally. And as we've seen from President Trump's first 4 years in office, he's the master negotiator, and he has a number of different tools that he can use. Maybe there could be trade action that's a part of that. There are also areas of economic assistance that could easily be turned off if people aren't supportive the way they need to be. And there are other people who just need to be good actors in the process and take back some of the criminals from their country who've now come into the United States. So I think when President Trump starts moving on this on Monday and the entire administration makes this a top focus, I think people are going to notice an immediate difference. And I think it's really going to send a signal for anyone thinking about coming into the United States and thinking they might be able to pull this off.
I also want to ask you a couple other things about China and TikTok. First of all, the president-elect has invited the Chinese president to come. The vice president of China is coming to the inauguration. That's the first time a senior Chinese official has come to an American inauguration. What do you think the American people should take away from that, considering many see China, especially in the national security world, a lot of Republicans see China as an adversary? What should they take away from his presence there at the inauguration?
So this is one of the things that President Trump did so effectively in his first 4 years, is that he knows that if you want to change something with a country, whether it be an adversary or whether it be a rival, or in the case of China, you have a whole number of different things with their growing power in the world. You have to have that dialogue. You have to be able to talk to them and say, this is what we want to do. This is where you need to work with us on. And I think that's one of the key things that President Trump was able to do that, quite frankly, over the last 4 years, I think a lot of foreign leaders, a lot of foreign governments, quite frankly, just didn't respect Joe Biden or his administration the way that they did when President Trump was in office. And so you have to be able to talk directly to these other countries. Does that mean that we're going to be buddy-buddy? No, not at all. If anything, it means that President Trump can be tougher directly with them, and he knows exactly what he wants to step in and do. And again, whether that be with trade dynamics, whether it be with border dynamics, but you have to be able to talk directly to him.
Yeah, and I hear you when you say, look, it doesn't mean we're going to be buddy-buddy, because I do think some people look at that and go, oh, are they trying to cozy up to them? What is this? But you're saying, no, this is about opening a dialogue.
Well, exactly. And that sort of thing, too. I mean, keep in mind, back before COVID hit, President Trump had put together one of the greatest trade deals that we've ever had, starting to reset the balance or start moving toward a better balance. Obviously, we're massively upside down with regard to the trade deficit with China. Also, China is trying to flex their muscles all around the world and influence, particularly in the Western Hemisphere. We've seen what they've done, obviously, with countries including Brazil and Colombia and even Panama Canal. And so having someone from the Chinese government here that President Trump's administration can talk to and make sure they're being very direct with what our thoughts are, I think that's important, because we can't have another 4 years go like this where other countries just quite frankly aren't taking the United States seriously like they should.
That leads me to TikTok. I don't have to tell you that the ban starts in just a few hours, that the Trump administration is going to inherit this. They've got to figure out exactly what you want to do. Just to remind everyone, there was a huge bipartisan vote for this law and a unanimous opinion backing it from the Supreme Court. I know that the president-elect said back in 2020, we're banning TikTok. Now he seems to be more open to keeping it. There is a kind of a line of thinking that he knows he has a lot of supporters on there. He's hesitant to shut it down. Is that a fair way to assess his thinking around this? And what do you expect to see him do?
Well, we know from the president's comments earlier today that he'll most likely, it's not assured yet, but most likely he'll give TikTok an additional window to try to change their ownership or make that more of a domestically controlled entity, something that's not controlled by a foreign entity. But keep in mind, going back to 2020, the president already put the plan in motion to where TikTok has had to take their data and keep that here in the United States. And so they actually house that, they store that with Oracle on U.S. servers, so data stays here in the U.S., but we're talking about the operational control of the platform. And so obviously there needs to be a change there, but these things are complicated. It takes a little time to go and get them moving. I think the platform is so popular, especially for younger users, and President Trump, of course, did record-setting well with younger voters in this election, that he wants to make good and find a way, how do we keep the platform, but obviously it has to be divested and it can't be controlled by China. And so if they need a little bit more time to pull that off, then I think that's something that tens of millions, if not more, around the United States would be very happy to be able to keep that platform. And ultimately, this is something I wish I guess they're the current administration for about another couple more days here, but I think they should have been a little more aggressive on to try to find a way to try to save the platform, to get some different ownership in there. But if we can give them a little bit more time and they can still get to the same goal, then I think that's a win-win for everybody.